Hey, this is Brittany Griner from the Phoenix Mercury, and you listen to the 3-Point Conversion.
As in now or like a little bit?
No, she's coming in like 2 seconds.
2 seconds?
Yes,
Perfect.
we can go ahead and start.
Perfect. All right, we're going to start right away. Alexa, if you would, please.
Hello. Either or both of you could answer this, but what did you learn about the team tonight playing through that sort of adversity in a championship setting?
Who was it? Wait. Oh, there you sorry. I mean, listen, we've faced adversity. I'm not worried about our team when we face adversity. I'm worried about us getting into adversity. We've had some slow starts against this team. And had to claw our way out. So I think it's more so not facing adversity. I think we're built for that, but it's not getting ourselves into it. Early on, I feel like we were very passive, and credit to them. I mean, they came out and threw the first punch, but for us to get down 33-14 in the first quarter, 14, I don't know what it was, 14-0 or something. I don't know, but that's not the way we wanted to come out and play.
Next question, second row to your right.
Ka, I mean, you and Chelsea Gray had a really interesting third quarter, just going back and forth with each other. And she was just making some tough shots. I mean, what were you seeing from her on the offensive end where she was able to get a slight edge as the third quarter progressed?
I think you got to focus on tendencies down the stretch. I think she was getting to her spots, and so just got to lock in on tendencies at that point.
Next question, third row to your right.
This game obviously was similar to your guys' last matchup against this team in Las Vegas. Did you feel like late in the fourth you still had it within yourselves to pull it out, or was there exhaustion setting in? How would you describe that fourth quarter?
No, like our team, we're used to running, playing up and down. We're not gonna make excuses. That's one thing we're not gonna do. I think we were like 1 or 2 shots. Like there was a shot I had in transition. There was a shot Sloot had in transition where we could have cut the lead to 5. I know at the end of the half, if I would have hit that layup, that was a 4-point swing. So those are ifs and all that stuff. But really it boils down to like that first quarter, getting outscored like that 33-14. Because honestly, from that point on, we outscored them by 9. So we got to go back to the drawing board. We got to get better. We knew this. And like I said, they're a good team. They came out and threw the first punch.
Next question, third row center.
Again, just for all of you, going into this game and then the game on August 11th, when you go back out to Vegas, outside of just the first quarter, what can you draw from the way that Vegas utilized their rotations in a different way than in June, the way they utilized their bench? How do you use that information and kind of use that not just against Vegas, but to close out the season?
Go ahead, Emma. Listen, Vegas, they're going to use different schemes, as did we. They're going to switch defenses. They're going to switch personnel. That's what good teams do in situations like this and playoff atmospheres like this. So we have to adjust. I'd hope, down the stretch in August, we're able to adjust in the game. But, we're going to go back to the drawing board. Nobody said that, we're, playing our best basketball right now. We know that we have to be better. And, Vegas proved that today. We have to be a better basketball team.
Next question, third row to your left.
All right, for either one of you three. So you guys forced them into a lot of tough twos, which feels like it's a principle and like staple of your defense in general. So how would you guys kind of grade and assess the defense as a whole outside of the first few minutes of the first quarter?
How was our defense?
Well, our big key for this game was like the tendencies. I think we didn't do that the whole game. We were trying to be aggressive after that first quarter because we know that when we do that, it's easier for us to in offense. I just think, like Kenneth said, like the last 3 quarters we won, so we did something good. Obviously, we just have to do it 40 minutes.
Last question will come from Zoom. Rafiq, slowly, if you would, please, Rafiq.
This is Ralphie Connected, but that's both. This is a question for Glia Copper. Each Wilson was able to get 6 blocks against the Chicago Sky tonight. One of them was against you. Like, what is it got you thinking about when competing against her?
Asia Wilson got 6 blocks. How is it competing against her?
Good.
All right. Emma Candace Scalia, thank you.
Good night.
Everybody, we will be joined by James Wade momentarily. All right, we'll begin right away with questions for James, if you'd let me know. Okay, we're going to start, James, third row to your right.
Hey, what's up, Andy?
Your team came back and won all 3 quarters after the first, but what was your message to them about coming out and withstanding a punch like that in the first?
I think Vegas is too good of a team to get behind like that. I thought we were a little timid. And I don't know, it seems like we weren't ready to play at the beginning of the game. So that may have been on me.
Next question, second row center.
James, there was a lot of talk going into this game. You know, there was some concern expressed about Courtney, obviously coming off, you know, being absent for 4 games. Were you at all worried about her going into this game?
No. I knew if we put her in a uniform, she would be ready to play. So that's what, and it's no, up to this point, you know, it's no excuses. So she was in a uniform. So it was go time.
Next question, second row to your right.
Hey, Coach. Did Courtney say anything about how she was feeling after the game physically, or
After the game?
Yeah.
No, I hadn't talked to her after the game, so I'm not sure.
On the court? I mean, Rebecca just had another stellar game on the starting on the perimeter.
Yeah.
How much did that contribute with you all being able to cut the deficit that was once, I think it was like 25-4 at one point in the first quarter, down to 7 in the late third?
Yeah, I mean, it gave us a level of toughness that we needed. Probably should have got her in there a little bit earlier. But yeah, I guess I got to find some time for her to really, especially when it seems like we're lacking some toughness. Just got to find some minutes for her early and just ride that out. I really felt like the first quarter like put us behind. I don't know when she came in the first quarter, but I probably put her in a little bit too late.
James, next question, first row left.
Hi, James. Would you say the Aces were doing anything on defense in that first quarter that was really giving you all a tough time? And if so, when they do play defense like that, how does that make them that much tougher of a team?
No, I mean, all respect to Vegas, they're a good team, but I don't know if they did anything to kind of cause us to play the way we were playing. But you know, you can go with it. I can say yes, they did, but they're a great team. They're coached great. That's a great organization, and you know they definitely deserve the Commissioner's Cup, and you know kudos to them. And yeah, hope they have a good flight back, and hopefully it's charter.
We'll go next question to your left in the third row, all the way to the left.
How you doing, Coach? So it seems like in the 3 games that you guys have played against the Aces, they have a very, very similar script as far as them getting out to a high start, you guys coming back, and then back and forth throughout the course of the game.
Yeah.
So do you feel like in those games specifically, is it more of like a thing where you guys need to hit more shots more than anything, or do you feel like it's more so the defense, or?
There's a little bit of everything. I mean, we can't give a team 33 points in the first quarter. We got to score more than 14. We can't start from behind. We have to continue to be persistent and not look for any bailouts and not have expectations coming into the game. Well, we can have expectations, and we know what those expectations are going to be. And so, you know, we're Chicago Sky, so, and they're Vegas, and that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. That's a big market team, and we're not. And so we can't expect anything going into the game. We have to grind it out. We have to beat Chicago, just like the city. We have to grind, you can't expect shit. Can't expect shit. And even when life doesn't seem fair, shit doesn't matter. That's when you got to get tough. And that's what we're going to do. We have to do it because that's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I know. And as long as I'm here, that's how I'm going to be. And so I might complain about stuff during the game after the game is over. I don't care about what we see as even on both sides. We're not an even team. They're Vegas and we're Chicago. And that's what I want to be because that's the way I was born, uneven. And that's what I'm going to put on this team, that we're going to conquer shit unevenly. And at the end of the day, we'll be standing. And so that's how it's got to go.
Next question, third row center.
He has another.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Thank you. Sorry. And then my last question is, so it seems like you guys are at your best when you're able to force a lot of tough twos. So when the team has players that can hit those shots, especially late in the shot clock, does that kind of sway you guys off of what your alignment is typically, or how you feel about those?
I mean, normally, yeah. But when you have the best 3-point shooter in the league getting 9 wide open threes, it's just not anything that we practice or anything that we worked on. And you have to have that attention to detail and that sense of urgency, because if you give it to them, they're going to take it. And so I thought we weren't disciplined. And if we were disciplined, you would have seen more of that and less of what you saw tonight early.
Third row center.
Coach, I know you're not going to make any kind of excuses, but was there a little bit of after effects from the travel of Saturday to New York?
What travel?
And then just going into the latter half of the latter 7 games of the season, how do you take a game like this that's outside the regular season schedule and use that as preparation, as fuel to kind of close things out against a somewhat tough schedule, games against Connecticut and then Las Vegas again?
It was a championship game and we lost. I don't think the schedule is any tougher, though. I don't care who we play. Man, I don't think the schedule is any tougher than whoever anybody else has got, because at the end of the day, it's about when I wake up in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror. When I go and talk to our team, I look at them, and they have to play us. And I don't feel like we came with that approach tonight, because we weren't ourselves in the first quarter, and that was clear. So, yeah, but we'll learn from it. We'll learn from it.
James, thank you. Yeah, we need to get it. All right. Coach Hammond is on her way. I will begin right away with questions for Coach Hammond. Becky, we're going to start to your right in the third row.
Hey Becky, Annie here from the Sun Times. That fourth quarter, actually the second through the fourth quarter, the Sky staging that comeback. What did you say to your team to encourage them, not to have what happened last game be repeated?
Just to stay solid defensively, handle the pressure, and to continue to play defense. That game that we had in Vegas, they're the champs. They're not going to go away easily. I mean, it's not going to be easy. That's a very, very good basketball team. They're coached very well. They understand how to play. They understand what it takes to win. Even tonight, it wasn't easy. I mean, they're not going anywhere. I don't care if we're up by 50. They're not going anywhere. So my message to them was just to stay solid defensively and then offensively handle their pressure.
Next question, first, second row to your right.
Coach, Chelsea Gray really stepped up in the third quarter, especially when this guy started to get on that run. I mean, what did you see from her where she was able to go back and forth with the 2021 Finals MVP?
I mean, Chelsea's a gamer. She's a huge part of what we do. She is the extension of the coach out there. Hell, I'm her assistant. I tell her all the time, if Chelsea calls something or I call something, you listen to Chelsea. So when the head coach calls something, you run it. But really, she's somebody who likes big moments. And she likes to take and make big shots. So to me, she is the cooling factor. When things get a little hot, out of control, the pressure starts to rise, she is the cooler.
Next question will come from the first row to your left.
Hi, Becky. Going back to the theme that you've mentioned earlier today about you can't outgive life or the game, I was wondering if you saw any one player particularly embody that today, or the team as a whole embody that in any one moment?
I think especially in the first quarter, obviously you come out and the ball's popping, right? So there's a lot of different people. I thought Asia was sensational. 6 blocks, 17 boards, 17. I mean, there's a lot of people that contributed. KP got us off to a hot start coming out. It was a full team effort. I thought Kia gave us great minutes. I thought Raquana gave us. So there's a lot of people to credit with the win, but I thought Chelsea made some big ones. But there's a lot of people. There's a lot of credit to pass around, and I think Chelsea would tell you that too, which she already did actually in her little speech.
We're going to have one more from the room, and then we're going to turn to Zoom for a bit. Becky, directly in front of you, row 2.
Hi, Becky. There has been a lot of talk and a lot of speculation leading up to this game with people saying that this was a precursor to the finals this year. I'm just wondering, what your thoughts would be on an Aces and Sky matchup for this year's finals.
I mean, there's just a lot of basketball to be played between now and then. I think Seattle probably has something to say about that. Connecticut, Washington. It's a game. We're happy to win it, obviously. But it's not it's not the ultimate goal. It's a nice little thing. And I want the girls to remember how it feels. I want them to remember how we got here, which is together and playing with each other. The Sky are a lethal team because they play together. They are to me, the ultimate team. Move it, move it, move it. Everybody's willing passers. They have 2 really good passing post players. They're a handful. They are hard to guard because it's anybody on any given night that can hurt you. So as much as I want them to enjoy this moment, I also want them to remember this moment and understand that it takes all of us to get there.
Next question, we're going to turn to Zoom. We're going to start with Andy. Andy will be followed by Meredith. Andy, go ahead.
Hey, Becky, thanks for the time. You've talked a little bit about the defense, but I wanted to specifically ask about your 3-point defense to hold a team that includes Allie Quigley to 20% shooting from 3 and to hold her to just 3 points. How difficult is that? And what were you guys trying to do out there?
This is a team that really wants the paint. And they came back really by getting downhill and into the paint. Obviously, Allie is somebody you have to game plan for. You don't want her teeing you up. I thought some of it, even with Vandersloot, they just missed. So some of that is just they didn't have a great night. Some of it is a tribute to our defense. So like I said, I thought actually when late game, when we just started Reading, made it real super clean for our players, probably was our best defense. But you can't give a whole team, you can't start out like that. And just put your bigs in a hard spot, put your littles in a hard spot, because they start getting rolled down there. The perimeters, start going at the bigs, ISOing a little bit. You saw Kalia Copper do that a little bit. So just trying to mix up looks, make it as difficult as possible. But our paint was more the focus. And I thought in the second half, they really got into the paint, which actually opens up their 3-ball. Like I said, so some of that is they just missed. And some of that was our defense and our second and third efforts, which is really important against this team because they're going to break you down at one side. You have to have multiple efforts to stop this team.
100%. And then real quick, I know you talked about Chelsea's game today, but especially after she missed out on the All-Star game, how nice is it to see her get some real recognition tonight?
I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was appropriate. We missed her last time we were in Chicago. So for her to come out and have a great game and be recognized as a great player in a big moment, super happy for her and well-deserved. Like I said, she's a huge part of what we do. What do you think about Chelsea Gray? She's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you like anything specific about her play tonight?
No, she plays the same as she does every night.
That's a great answer. You're right. She does. She's super solid every night.
We're going to stay with Zoom and go to Meredith. Meredith, go ahead.
Hey there, Coach. Meredith Cash from Insider here. I was actually wondering if I could have a follow-up with your assistant. Would that be okay if I ask a question?
Sure thing.
Kaden, what do you think of the team's performance tonight overall, and how are you planning to celebrate? I imagine it might be past your bedtime right now.
No, I don't go to bed later than this.
You gonna put me on blast like that? How are we gonna celebrate?
You already did in the locker, or is that?
Yeah, in the locker room, yeah.
Oh.
Did you bring a towel with you so your eyes
Yeah.
think? Yeah. Good thing you have glasses because protects your eyes from that champagne.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of the girls?
Like, what do you mean? Good.
Like how they played?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Anybody specifically?
No. No. No.
No. Everybody was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good answer.
All right. We're going to return to the room, a third row to your left.
How you doing, Coach?
Good.
You guys have won 6 of your last 7, including tonight, coming out of the All-Star break. Before the break, Asia mentioned that the break came at a good time because you guys had kind of lost your feel and lost your identity in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So now responding like that, was that a point of emphasis for you guys coming out the gate? And how do you feel about how things have gone since?
No, I mean, we had a little bit of a coming to Jesus moment after All-Star. I think the way we finished that last 2.5 weeks before All-Star left a pretty bad taste in everybody's mouth. And right now, like I said, it's just all about defense. If you want to play, you're going to play defense. So give me some people that want to compete on that end of the floor. And I feel like our offense will take care of itself. So they've responded for the most part, I've thought. I have some great leadership. And here's my leadership walking in right here. There they are. So you can ask them. I mean, all I can tell you is we had a little meeting and basically most times, 9 out of 10 times when I challenge these ladies, they respond. So you can ask the real dogs in the room. Yeah. Come on, stay. You can stay.
Hey, you can stay with us.
Just sit on my lap.
Hayden is now answering questions for everyone.
We'll begin right away with questions. We'll start third row center.
Chelsea, coming from the first game, the game that you had in Las Vegas, you really kind of matched matched Kalia Copper basket for basket in that third quarter in a way that you didn't, your team wasn't able to stop that run at that game back home. What were you looking for, or how were you kind of taking the game into your hands in that moment?
Well, I fouled her and gave her 3 and 1s, I believe. But just taking what the defense gave me, being smart offensively, not trying to force anything. But it was a team effort, even though I was matched up to her. Like, it was a team effort defensively.
Next question, third row to your right.
How much did you all draw on your last match? Sorry, Annie Constable here with the Sun Times. How much did you guys draw on the last matchup between them coming back from down 28 in this one to ultimately, not want that history to be repeated?
I mean, it was big. I feel like for myself, the first quarter when we were up, it was a situation where it's like, we've been here before, and they're probably saying the same exact thing. So the biggest thing was coming out in the third and making sure that we just controlled the game in a sense on the defensive end. I think that's what was our focal point this whole week, which is defense, defense, defense. So I don't know, I can only speak for myself, but it was in the back of my mind when we were in that situation before. We were up by a lot. But the biggest thing was just when they go on their runs, containing that, because they're a really, really good team. Like, we can't take that away from Chicago. They played us through and through, gave us a run for our money, but we just had to stay composed and patient when they would go on their runs.
Next question, third row to your left.
All right, it's for Asia. So Asia,
sorry,
you good. So you've spent way more time playing the 5 this season than you have in seasons past, and you clearly look way more comfortable there, being productive, especially on the defensive end. So can you just talk about how different it is in contrast to playing the 4 next to players from the past, and how you feel like the team is now responding?
Yeah, I mean, I'm undersized at the 5, honestly. Our league is strong; they're big, so I just try to find ways to make sure that my teammates know that I'm there. Try to be the anchor of the defense. It's a ways that I let my player get some easy points, and I can't have that because my guards are trying their best to keep people in front. So when it comes to playing the 5, and when it comes to playing any position, I just try to stick to my assignment and make sure my teammates know that I'm there no matter what. Just trying to hold it down the best way I can because it's hard. This league is really good. We have great players. So at the end of the day, whatever position I'm in, I just make sure that I can be productive in it.
We're going to go one more question in the room before we turn to Zoom. First, second row center.
Yeah, this is Zachary Draves, SB Nation Swish Appeal. Asia, you had mentioned the defense. Obviously, there has been a lot of talk lately about how the defense has been on the decline for Vegas. So what does it mean for you to be able to come out and win this way and seemingly prove all those doubters wrong in this fashion, and you with 6 blocks, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, I knew our defense stunk, but I didn't think it was on a decline.
That's why I let the guards.
No, but it's a mindset. It's a hard decision. Defense, it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to be necessarily talented to play defense. You just have to want it. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that my teammates know, like I said, that I'm there. And we buckle in. And I feel like when we're locked in on the defensive end, like I was telling KP, this doesn't have to be just a Commissioner Cup game. This can be an every game thing for us, but it's just a shift of the mindset. So hopefully going into this long road trip that we have ahead, that we can stay and maintain that. Oh my God, I broke a nail. Stay and maintain. Oh my God, stay and maintain that mindset.
I will pause for a moment for the nail. We good?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to Zoom. We're going to start in order with Andy and then Meredith.
Andy Amashta, Las Vegas Review Journal. Congratulations, y'all, on the win. Kelsey, what was working for you so well in that first quarter?
I feel like I just felt really open.
That girl was shooting like the all-star.
I just felt really open. I felt like I don't know, we were moving the ball really well, and I just happened to be the beneficiary of a lot of like wide open looks. I came into the game like telling myself to be really patient and just let it come, but it came really early.
She was bringing 2 giving it off, and then in their rotations, we were just able to find her. Like, she was able to knock it down. She did a great job coming off screens, handling it well, dishing, and then it came right back to her. And so I was proud of the way she just started the game. Not even knocking down shots, but super composed. So yeah, she was knocking down shots.
We'll work on the third quarter.
Definitely. And then real quick, Kelsey and Asia, last time you guys were in Chicago, Becky said y'all missed Chelsea. How nice was it to see her get some recognition on the national stage like tonight?
Yeah, I just want to, for the record, set it straight. She's the best point guard in the world. She's starting point guard on the Olympic team. She's an all-star. She's all WNBA player. She's the clutchest player in the WNBA. Ask anyone, ask any GM, head coach, player.
I'm glad she played for us.
Hell yeah. And like, she got snubbed this year, and it just sucks because I felt like we deserved 5 all-stars. And, you know, I know that's not easy. She's a competitor and she leads our team. And when we need plays down the stretch, Chelsea consistently makes big plays. And that's, at the end of the day, like, you could talk about the numbers and this and that, but like, she wins games.
Yep.
And that to me should be the most important thing. So that's MVP tonight, but she's been leading our team the whole season. So I feel like, to be honest, like, you know, she doesn't get the love and credit she deserves. And I'm really, really glad that people saw that tonight.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
We're going to stay with Zoom. Next two will come from first from Meredith, then Nick and Kevin. Meredith, go ahead.
Hey there, Meredith from Insider here. Asia, I'm going to start with you, and then I have a follow-up for the three of you. But Asia, clearly you were on tonight, both sides of the ball. According to Across the Timeline, you had an unprecedented stat line for in WNBA history. And obviously there were a number of motivating factors here, but I wonder what having your college coach on the sideline meant for you.
No, I mean, that's my girl. That's my girl, 100%. It's always good when I see Coach Staley. She's someone that pushes me to my limits no matter what. And I greatly appreciate her being there. I feel like if she wasn't here, she'll still be texting me at halftime, no matter what. So at the end of the day, I'm glad to have her in person. But yeah, it's always fun to win in front of Coach Staley.
And then I'm wondering for all three of you, if you have any big plans to spend the money on something in particular, what you're planning to do with it.
Man, not me yet. Yeah, I don't know just yet. She gonna buy me a bag though. Yeah, now that I have media's attention, I don't understand what my teammates think that I'm gonna buy them things because I don't understand who said that. We all got the equal share amount, so I don't understand why people are coming for me and my bonus. But I wish them the best. God bless.
Go next to Nick. Nick, you're going to be followed by Kevin.
Hey, Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media. Congratulations, ladies, on the win. I have a two-part question. First part, Asia, just wanted to get your perspective as far as just the season that you are having and just like an MVP type season. What do you feel like has really contributed to your success and acceleration as far as your game is concerned?
I mean, I'm just doing what I'm paid to do. At the end of the day, I love hooping. I love doing this with my teammates. This is nothing different. I just try to give it my all. Not even trying to toot my own horn, but I bust my ass this offseason to make sure that I was in shape and ready for my teammates, to make sure that I can produce for them. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. I don't really know what kind of caliber season this is for me. And at the end of the day, I could care less. I'm just going to try to go out there and play hard for my teammates for 40 minutes.
Next question.
And also,
go ahead.
Really quick, also too, how much does a win like this help you boost you all's confidence as far as being able to finish out games, especially when that was a challenge at some point of the season as we're coming up here in the second half of the season?
I mean, it's a good win, but at the same time, this is just the beginning. I feel like the real season is just now starting for us. This is nice. We're going to enjoy it for 24 hours, but we got a bus trip to go to Indiana, and we got to turn the page and lock in for them. This is beautiful. It's cute. Yes. We won. Ooh, but this is just the beginning. Like, we're going to take it in, but we're not done. We know what's ahead of us, and we just got to make sure that we take care of business the right way.
Next question, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from the 3-point conversion. My question is for Kelsey. So after the game, I peeped that they had gave you like a little trophy afterwards. Why did they keep doing you?
They're playing with me, dog.
Shade
Kathy,
is real.
Kathy thought she got jokes in her bag.
It was funny.
No, I mean, it was funny. I honestly, when she handed me the box and I opened it, I was thinking it was going to be a significant trophy, you know? And then it was smaller than the original one, which was already like microscopic. She said the other one's on back order, which is just, it is
Shipping and handling.
shipping and handling. It's funny. Funny, Kathy.
All right, thank y'all.
Next question,
Funny,
front row to your left.
Funny, weird.
Chelsea, when you were announced as MVP and your teammates kind of all piled on you, what was that moment like for you? And it seemed like maybe you were a little bit in disbelief even that it was you.
That was an amazing feeling. It's been a hard couple of weeks for me. I lost somebody close to me. And it's been a hard couple of weeks. And my teammates has been there for me along the whole journey. Constantly checking in. I've had basketball and I've had them. I've had my family to lean on. My wife's been amazing with helping me these last few weeks. So it was a lot of emotion coming to a head, but these teammates, they're my dogs, man. They have my back and I wouldn't be holding that MVP trophy without them. It could have gone to so many different people. Everybody was locked in and played great today. And so I'm definitely blessed to be able to hold it up.
Two more questions from Zoom. We're going to start with Corey. Corey, you're going to be followed by B. Terrell.
Hey, congrats on the wins, ladies. Kelsey, this question is for you. Some would call this season like a breakout season that you're having. Tonight, you were spectacular. What did you see in to the defense tonight that allowed you to be so effective?
Corey, if I would have made a layup, my life would have been a lot easier. I mean, I just was Smokey the Bear today. But hey, can't have everything, you know? I would say, you know, I really think that, to be honest, I'm not playing that much different than I played last year, but now I'm not coming off the bench and I play 10 more minutes a game. So if you really just add the production from the minutes played last year to what I've been doing this year, it's very similar. So to be honest, I don't really think I'm doing that much different. But I mean, y'all could call it what it is. I personally know that at the end of the day, like I'm focused on this team and winning. And if we've seen in this league, there are stat stuffers and there are people that win games. And I don't want to be a stat stuffer. I want to win games because we look at people differently when you do that. And so I think that's really my biggest focus is trying to figure out how I can impact the game so we can win.
All right, last question come from B. Terrell. Go ahead.
Hey, you all. Congratulations on the win. This is B. Terrell made for the W. So Kelsey and Chelsea, 43 points, 11 assists between the two of you. What was the focus tonight in helping lead the Aces to this particular win?
I just taking what the defense gives us. I think starting off, Kelsey, you know, she started off for us offensively and defensively. We were engaged on point at the point of attack. She was getting rid of it, coming back to it. Like she let the game come to her and she was knocking it down. They left her open 3-4 times. And you can't do that when your name is Kelsey Plum. So she was just locked in. And then for me, just taking what the defense gave me more so in the second half. They were showing different looks, especially on pick and roll. They were switching, they were hard hedging, but at the end of the day, we just wanted it. And I think that's what you were able to see out there offensively and defensively. So super proud of KP and how she came out and she didn't let up. She didn't let up. So that's why we're holding the trophy.
Thank you.
Asia, Chelsea, and Kelsey. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
To
you.
our media, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate y'all. Take my Black Girl Magic.